Yo, 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 what it do? What's happening? It's your boy Kar2ne in here with my boy Rad-Remm. With
Rad-Remm.
so much going on with next year, with 2025. I think we should talk about our favorite Jordans from I don't know how far we're gonna go, but we'll do OG color and retro plus color. But before all of that, let's start it off how we normally start it off. Last pickup.
Man, you know what? Actually, I think my last pickup was the black and cement threes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that was my last pickup.
What you think about them?
I think by far this is the closest to the OG to the 88,
Yeah.
and a lot of people have been complaining. There's been a lot of chatter
Oh
online
yeah.
on X, on Instagram, everywhere
Mhm.
about the quality of the leather, but I think people are used to that tumble leather. They prefer that tumble leather from the 2018 pair,
Yeah.
but I like this one. They're really
I
smooth.
know
It's
it
just a
is. I
good
think
retro.
they like the here's the problem that I see, and you know why I see this. Is they you get what you asked for, right? You wanted the
Hmm.
better leather, you wanted the premium leather, you wanted the soft, my leather so soft, you wanted it. When you got it, it's like, I don't want it. I want the tumble leather on the synthetic leather that's hard and cheap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
They'll do what
What
they gotta
about you?
do.
What was your last pickup?
Olive
Uh,
Nines, big dog.
Oh man, those are must cop. You gotta have those.
Olive Nines, last one, bro. I didn't get the threes yet. Didn't get the threes yet because
Because I'm
amazingly
surprised.
they still they still sitting. They're still sitting.
Wow.
They're still they're
Wow.
still sitting. That's crazy,
Are
right?
are the Olympic Six still sitting in Houston too?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Funny
in
thing
LA,
about it, they just went on sale.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where at?
139. Huh?
Where at? Where
Shoe
at?
Palace. Shoe Palace.
I'm gonna have to pick them up, man.
139.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I think
about
they online. They online still too.
okay. I'm gonna have to pick
I think
those up.
it's a few that went on sale. Surprisingly,
I
I
like
really,
those jump.
I think by the end of the year, them fours might even go on sale. Them fears,
Really
bro. Trust me. We have a conversation outside of this, and I'll tell you why.
very interesting time for the brand.
Oh yeah, sure.
So you ready to get into it? We're gonna stop at 14. We're gonna go 1 through 14. Our favorite OG
Okay.
color and our
Yeah.
favorite retro plus color.
All right.
Um, how we gonna do this? You want to go first?
Now I'll let you start it off. You can start off. We'll back to back, man, and just go that way. See what we got in
Okay.
common. See what we don't got in common.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go out and I'm gonna say this. I think that the Jordan 1 is such a dope shoe. There's so many dope OG colorways,
Right.
and I love so many of them from the metallic blue, the metallic red, the black and red, the the Chicago colorway, the black
Yeah.
toes. I absolutely love. But I think colorway that made me fall in love with that shoe is definitely the Royals. It's just something
I
about
had
them.
a feeling you
That's
was gonna say that too.
I think I
I had
bought
a
a pair
feeling
from you back in the day.
we did a trade. We did a trade.
Okay.
I
Yeah, and
had
that
got him. I
shoe.
had got him from Finish Line. One of the
Oh,
homegirls called me. Told me that they had him. That they cleaned out one of the old managers' whole section because he got fired, something like that. It's when I was right before you started working at Foot Action with me. She called me. I probably told the story on here already, but I'm not gonna jump into it. Basically, I ran down there and got him, and then I think you traded me your Midnight Navy sixes and your Flint 13s for him.
that sounds like
Yep.
something I do.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So that shoe, and I'm gonna tell you because obviously when they first came out, I don't want to date myself here, but I was a baby, so
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't have the option to say, hey, mama, dad, goo goo gaga, give me
Mm-hmm.
that. It wasn't that, but I remember the first time that I actually remember seeing them. It was at Elsick, and we were on the internet. They let us explore. They gave us time to explore. This is a while ago. This is when they had like the dial up. But I remember I don't
AOL.
think I even Googled Air Jordans because there was no Google. Google didn't
Yeah,
exist.
no.
But I did like some sort of search for Air Jordans, and when I did that search, I remember doing that search, and I remember it took a long time for the picture to upload, but it was all the
Yeah.
colors of the OGs, and I saw those Royals, and I was like, "Whoa, those were the first Jordans ever." And I didn't remember seeing that colorway. I was like, "Man,
Yep.
I'd never seen that color before." I was in the ninth grade. I was like, "Man, if those ever come out again, I'm getting
Mm.
them." So when I found out they were coming out, I had to have them. I just
Was that 2000 or was that 01 when they
I
came
think
out?
they came out in '01,
Had to be
and
01.
yeah, and when they came out, I think people were going crazy for them, and so
Yeah.
I definitely I didn't get them at the release. I had a lot going on at that time, but I do remember getting that pair from you, and I just
I was,
cherished them. I loved them. I had the black and reds. I didn't have that color, but I rocked the heck out of them.
oh
And
yeah.
then yeah, man. So that shoe that would probably be my favorite, even though I love all of them. But if I had to choose one, it would probably be those. And rumor has it that that was the actual colorway that Spike was wearing in the She's Gotta Have It movie. Everybody thinks he's wearing the
Hmm.
black and red because the film was in black and white. But
Right.
I believe I read somewhere it was
Yeah,
said
he
that he
had
was
the
actually
Royals
wearing
on.
the Royals.
Right.
Right. So as
I
for
think I heard
Retro
that.
Plus,
All right. I think I know where you're gonna go with this one.
okay, let me hear. Let me hear what you think. I'm gonna
You
go
probably gonna
with the
say them
Retro
damn
Plus.
unions.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like, is that a Retro Plus or is that like a collaboration?
Um, at this point, I mean, all right,
Okay,
we'll
so
say we'll save it for a collab conversation.
yeah,
Then
we'll say
we'll go
our
to
non
later on.
no, we'll say our non OG. So we'll say our OG
Okay.
colors
Yeah,
and our
that's fair.
non OG colors,
That's fair.
which makes sense. And I'm gonna say it would probably be the Union One, and that it took a lot for me to my personal connections that we talked about on this podcast.
Right,
But
right,
if not the Union One, it would probably be like the off white, either the
right.
Chicago or the UNC.
Yeah,
But for me, most likely that Storm Blue Union One
gotcha.
would be
How you feel?
would
How
be.
you feel about the supposedly Chicago Shadow one coming out?
Oh, man,
It's a
my
wrap.
plug is already on notice. He's already on notice. He know
Facts.
my size. He know like if he don't
Don't
meet
even
me
play.
first, we gonna have a falling out. Like he already know what the vibe is. Yeah,
Not a falling out over the
yeah,
shoes.
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I was about to say something. It's ugly. Like I'll put him in a headlock. At
No,
least.
stop. You gotta relax.
Nah, that's
No
my man
WWE
though.
right
Like,
now.
yo, he's good people. That's my
That's
guy,
what's up.
man. So yeah, like he's
That's
good
what's up.
people. Shout out to the Red Size boy. Like he's good people.
Facts.
Let's hear
Okay.
yours.
Well, my by default, I would have to say OG color would gotta be the Chicago. Um, Only because I think my first Chicago was the mid top patent leather one.
Okay.
That was like my first Chicago shoe, like for real. And then I got the 13, the all leather one with the Air Jordan on the tongue. And then the following year I had got the 15. Well, 2 years later, I got the 15. Um,
Okay.
and I want to say, of course, I got the Lost and Found. But yeah, man, the Chicago, bro, it's like I got the Spider-Man joint, the first one, not the second one. But nah, that would have to be my favorite OG one colorway. It was
And
a
the retro
toss up.
and the non OG would be the Spider Man.
No, the non OG. No, I was just saying the different variations of the Chicago.
Okay. Okay. Got you.
No, the non OG. Because I really didn't have. I know we talked about this, and I didn't have time to prepare. I would probably say, and I'm just go off of what I own on this one, the Formidable Foes Celtic pair with
Oh wow.
the gold check, gold laces, but it's body style same as the Chicago, but the
Yes.
green kind of looks like the hardwood of the basketball court. That'll
You know
probably be
what?
my yeah.
One thing I love about doing this podcast with you is you always say something that I forgot about
Uh-huh.
that would never be my answer. That's what makes this work, man. And
Oh, for sure.
I just add to this honorable mention too. We got to shout out the fragment ones. Them hoes is hard, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They hard as hell, you
Yeah.
know.
Nah,
So
that's
for the
definitely
twos, shall we
yeah.
move on?
Twos. Go on to the
The
twos.
twos. Not many
Not many OG
colors
colors.
for those.
We can
Only
safely
two
say,
original colors. Yeah,
yeah, Chicago. We can safely say that.
yeah.
Well, what is
So
the actual name of it? Is it the Chicago or is it the
I,
Bulls?
I don't know. I don't technically know. All I know is that one has like the black midsole, the other
Right.
one
The
has the
one got
white
the white.
midsole. And I think they're both dope. I'm just gonna, for the sake of this podcast, because we both already have the one color with the black midsole, I'm just gonna say the other one
Oh no, I'm
because,
not saying that. I'm not
huh?
saying it for the sake of nothing. I ain't saying it for the sake of nothing. The Chicago is mine.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? I'll say the Chicago too. But I think our answer for Retro Plus is the same.
What?
The Mellows.
The Mellows. The Mellow
Like,
too.
you know,
Man, if I bro, I now a strong second would be the black cement too. That's a strong second. That may be recency bias, but I'm going with the Mellows too.
no,
Yeah.
I'm going with no. I think a strong second would be that, because that cement one looks like a shoe that would have come out
Boy,
in
what?
in '87. It looks like, and I think we already know Michael wasn't really satisfied with the two, and
Right.
it's one of his least favorite. Even though he should have won the MVP in that shoe. Like, he had a crazy season that year,
No fact.
but what I think is that I feel that we got cheated, that we never got a black pair, an original black
Right.
color that shoe. It's just so weird that they didn't do that. It just seems like they were just ready to move on. Maybe the shoe was a disaster. It wasn't like it
Well, I
wasn't like
mean, it was what the first
predecessor.
$100 shoe at the time, right?
What do you say?
It was $100, right? It was the first $100 shoe at the time.
I believe so.
Like,
Yes.
yeah. So I can see them. I can see them like saying it flop.
Yeah, that has something to do with it, I'm sure. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the threes.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
let you
Let's
go
go.
first.
And for the three, I think for me, and it's gonna be outside of everybody else's, it'll probably be the Fire Reds. The Fire Red 3 would be my favorite OG color.
That's great, man. I didn't. I'm not surprised. I think
You know how
that's.
you know me. You know how I get down.
I
Like
know you like red, but I'm gonna tell you
not
something.
even that. It's just everybody's gonna say black cement. Everybody's gonna say white cement. It's like I get it, but that Fire Red is a beast though, bruh.
Man, that shoe, I'm glad that I got to. That's one of the best retros they've
Still
done
have,
in a long time. And I had, and I had them. And interesting fact, I no, man, I'm gonna tell that story off the record, man.
already. Yeah,
But I think that that shoe is beautiful, man. It's gorgeous.
yeah.
It is
So
it is simply gorgeous. Like, I'm not mad at that pick at all. I like it.
and I think for now here's where it starts to get a little difficult
The non
because
OG.
it might be a pair that I never had, or it might be a pair that no, I think it's two pairs that I never had. I would have to either go do the right thing 3 or
Okay,
the
I'm not
flips.
surprised at that.
I didn't get none of them. I stumbled up on that. I'm not gonna tell the story. Just I stumbled up on that. What you got?
Okay, so for the OG color, man, it's hard because that's a silhouette that I love so much, and I
Mm-hmm.
love all 4G colors. Four OG colors.
Yeah.
They're so dope. The true blues are dope, and I want a retro of that with the right cut, the patent leather with the new cut. I hope we get those.
Which one?
I love
You said
the
blue? Yeah, yeah.
true blues. Yeah, I
Yeah,
want
'cause that
another.
last release was it.
It was whatever, but I copped them, but I would love to
I did
have
too,
the.
but not. I mean, that price was stiff. 225 at the time. It's
Yeah, it
crazy.
was.
I didn't pay that, but I'm just
Cause
saying.
I felt like I was paying for that Nike Air on the back, and they
And they,
sat
and they, and they made it feel that way because I think it
right,
came out Black Friday.
right, and it's crazy because Josh had went to Nigeria at the time, and we talking to each other on the WhatsApp, and I'm like, "Yo, bro, I got these True Blue threes. Like, man, man, I wish you could, get a pair. He's like, yeah, when I get back, I might get them. You think they're gonna be sold out? I'm like, bro, they sitting everywhere. And he came back from Nigeria and he went and got them. And
That's
I'm
crazy.
and I'm just like, whoa,
Yeah,
which is
they
wild to me
I
that
don't
that
think
happened.
everybody was ready for that yet. They weren't
Nah,
ready for
they definitely weren't ready.
not
But
for that.
any not for Nike Air being back on them, and I think that was something that was long overdue. So when it came back, they did the maroon sixes, and and that was the first one. And they did the threes. I just don't think they didn't do the models that everybody wanted right away.
Of course.
They didn't do like those main colors, but you know, because I'm gonna tell you something. If that first when they brought Nike Air back for the first time, if it had been like the infrared sixes, people would have gone nuts,
I
absolutely
just
nuts.
right. I just think it was the price point. I don't even think it's that deep. I think it was the price point because you got to think for that All Star that was down here when the 28s came out and they did
Huh?
the white cements, they were only 200. So
Mm-hmm.
you jump a year later and you do 225 on a true blue, and we just got what we wanted
Right,
a year
right,
ago for 200. We not buying nobody.
right.
And then they wasn't even cut right. It was like anyway. All right,
Yeah.
so non OG.
So
This
my
this
so no, so I didn't even pick my OG. So my
mm,
OG, I'm probably and just because I really love the white and cements, I think they're so dope. And
yeah,
Mike only wore the black and cements in one game in the All Star game of '88 when he won the MVP. But I rocked those shoes so much
yeah.
that people were like, I remember my homie was like, bro, what's up with these threes, dog? He's like, this ain't you to just wear one pair of shoes like that all the time. The 2018 pair, I wore
Yeah.
them like I was wearing them every day. And Josh was like, bruh, you gonna put them to rest? You gonna wear something else? He's like, every
No.
time I see you, you got them on. I was like, bro, I just freaking love them shoes. So
Facts.
I really don't want to choose, but it would probably have to be a tie between the white and cements and the
Ain't
black.
no ties, man. You gotta pick one.
Okay, I'm going black and cement.
There you
And
go.
then non-OG pair would probably have to be those UNC pairs that came out during the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be it for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Those are dope. Those are
Yeah.
dope.
I,
I wish I would have had the Nike Air on the back though. But
oh, I hope they were. If they ever, oh my
that
God,
would be
even
sick.
even my dad, who's not into sneakers like
Yeah.
that, he was like, "Son, these are like he thinks they're
Yeah.
beautiful." Moving along, the Force. What you got?
Oh, off top, white cements. Favorite.
I knew
Favorite
that.
favorite OG color. Favorite OG color. Um Now non OG color 4. And we only talking stuff that came out. I would have to go probably the rare air, the white, black, and yellow.
Okay,
Nah, I probably have to go that route.
okay,
Ain't gonna
okay.
spend too much time on that one, but I need to restore those. Definitely go with the
um,
father. Mm,
okay,
your fours.
so I'm gonna go. I love the white and cements. I love the military, and yeah. I love yeah. How many colors? Oh, it was the white and cement,
Four.
military.
It's black, white. It was white,
Oh,
black,
and
white,
oh
black,
yeah, and the
red.
fire
Yeah.
red.
Cause I
I'm
would
gonna.
have said fire red too, but I had to go with what I grew
No,
up
those
with.
are dope. I'm going with the black and cement, and you know why? I was one of the only people at Elsick, one of the few people at Elsick that had them when
Yeah.
they retro the first time, and
That
I
was at
hooped.
night. It's 99, right?
Yes, I hooped in them.
Yeah.
I absolutely love those shoes. Like that colorway. I wasn't super happy with the last retro they did. I'm waiting for them to do another retro with the new cut
Why?
with the cut. Um, the off center Nike Air kind of bothered me,
And it
but
didn't have the white outline and kind of thing like from the
no.
cut. Yeah, I
Mm-mm.
know what you're
But
talking about.
I'm hoping that maybe in 2026 we'll get another retro of those, and I will gladly double up if they do,
If they
because
do it right with the
that
what with
shoe is beautiful.
the
Hmm.
new.
And then my non OG color of that shoe is that one. Ooh, that one is so hard for me. Uh,
It's a lot.
yeah, cause there's so many, and I
Mm-hmm.
can't off the top. I can't really. You know what? It would probably be the cool gray force.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad
Yeah,
at
it
that.
would
And you know,
that.
I was thinking about the Miss Blue Force,
Mhm.
but I
Nah, it would have to be the cool gray force for me because I
cool
just
gray.
think that was a shoe when they came out. You
It
know,
was crazy.
we went crazy for them. You and I had them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one we went crazy for. That was a good one. I think that was a
Wait,
good plus.
did I get did I get my force from you?
You may have, because I had
I can't
multiple pairs
I
of
can't
them.
we did so many
I
different
know we
trades.
made a trade. We made a trade, but I just can't remember. But yeah,
Because
those four.
I know three shoes I think I got from you for sure. Well, four. Those two we talked about earlier.
Uh huh.
A pair of these Columbias that I still have.
Uh huh.
Uh, and no, I don't have that pair no more. I got another pair. And I think I got the Wheat 13s from you.
I think you may have the five.
You could go ahead and start off with that one.
Okay. So of all the OG colors of fives, I like the fire red with the black tongue. I think those are so dope.
Yeah.
But but I'm gonna have to go grade fives. I don't know
Great.
what it is. I'm just a sucker for that
Okay.
aqua color and that purple.
Okay.
Like I have to go grade
Not
fives.
mad at that.
I have to. And for the non OG, I think I'm gonna go with the green beans
Oh, yeah, yeah. I fuck with the green bean.
because
Oh,
that shoe when it came out, we hadn't seen it. That I thought they were
nut.
just yeah, that was next level when it came. I'm going green bean fives. Yeah.
Yeah. I think out of that time, I only got those in the olives. But see, okay, so OG for years, I was telling myself that it would be the fire red with the black tongue for years, right?
Hmm.
But as we go through, I'm gonna have to go with the very first one, the white black, silver tongue, only
Yeah.
because of when they came out back in the day. I wanted them, of course, seeing Fresh Prince in them, so oh, he
Hmm.
got the fives. And you know me, I like if I had to pick a white shoe or a black shoe, I'm probably gonna go with the white shoe. I don't know if that y'all caught that yet. I'm probably gonna go with the whiter shoe. Just because I think it stands out more than me. So I wanted to get them, couldn't get them. I told the story before. Finally tried to get my hands on them. I had left Dallas because I was chilling in Dallas, and I left to come back to Houston. The girl called like, "Hey, we just got to restock," and I was already on my way home, so I missed out on them. Got the retros that came out, so I'm gonna have to go with the white, silver tongue, white fire red, whatever you want to call them, silver tongue, fire red, whatever the name gonna be. Chicago
Retro Plus.
Retro Plus. Oh man, that's tough because you got so many. Like you said, you can go from Toro to Green Bean to Olive, but I would have to go with the first Retro Plus that I seen or that I can remember in those days. Be the Laneys.
Ooh, I forgot about the Laneys.
Be the
Can I
Laneys.
switch? Can I change mine?
Mhm.
The Laneys are
Of
fire.
course, yeah, of course. The
Yeah,
first Laney,
I'm
not the one that they see. You know, the ones they see,
yeah.
they had the all blue with the little yellow.
Hmm.
No, the white and blue joints.
No, I'm
Because you
switching to
know
the
when they came out, I had got two pair of them.
yeah, I'm switching to the Laneys. Um, so the
Facts.
six. Let's hear it, man. What you got?
I mean, you know, we can't go. Yeah, I mean, black infrareds. Like, let's not even play. We ain't gonna waste time with that. We ain't gonna waste time with that. From me to seeing it, from my cousin that passed away, that being his favorite shoe, from the Kanye run with him, like it's the black and red. Every variation from the velvet or suede, whatever the suede with the varsity red, the infrared with the hyper pink, the deep infrared, like 2000, just the black and red version of the six for sure. Plus, it's tough.
Non OG.
Non OG, retro plus, whatever you want to call it, that's tough. Non OG, I'm probably gonna go with. That's a hard one. I can't come back. I gotta do it now.
Nope.
Um,
Nope.
let's just go with Oh God, I'm trying to think of all the sixes. I'm gonna go with the reverse. I'm gonna go with the all infrared 23,
Oh
the
yeah,
all infrared one,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
the
The
infrared
only,
leather.
the only person that I knew personally that had those would be, we got to get her on the show. Would be Miss White, H's daughter.
Oh,
She we were at a Jordan Brand event. I think when I first moved to LA, and
you want me to go? You want me to go back real quick? But we do need
no,
to go on here though. Shout out to Miss White.
but she was the first person I saw with them, and we
Mm,
were kicking at a Jordan Brand event, and I was like, oh man, like
it's
it
hard,
was
bro.
just crazy. Cause her pops was there too that day. Like she was there, her pops was there, and I was just like, ooh, like it was just
I
crazy.
don't remember. Back to the twos. I still want his twos too. I ain't go front.
Yeah, yeah, we need those too. You know
I need
what?
to.
I talked to him. I'm gonna have to talk to him again. He had his yeah, I gotta talk to him. But anyhow,
Yeah,
so for the six, mine is the same one. That black
yeah,
and infrared six.
yeah.
Him winning the championship, him dunking on Patrick Ewing in him, winning his first ring in him, messing up his toe, cutting out the the little piece so his toe could, have some mobility and some breathability.
Right.
Um, that shoe was so iconic, and I remember my little brother had them, and so for the longest we had the little baby Jordan 6, and even as a kid, I was before I think even before they started retro, and I was like, if these ever come back, I'm gonna get them
Mm.
because they were just my favorite. And so when they retroed them in 2000, I had them, and I
Yep.
remember going to Domino's Pizza because this girl I like worked there, and I remember I was going there to see her, and I was just posted up, and I remember this dude walking by, a delivery guy. He was like, "Yo," like he was just bugging out over him, and it
Hard.
just felt. And at the time I bought him, it was like an in and out thing. People weren't going crazy for him,
Nah.
but it was just one of those things to where you had the retro craze hadn't really jumped off yet.
Not
So
yet.
if you had those sixes, people kind of looked at you like, "Oh, okay, I see you with the old school J's." They
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, got the old school," and I remember having them and just like
Yep.
wearing them, and people's reaction to. I actually hooped in them, and I just remember peeing. I remember my homie was
I,
like, "Bro, you hooping
I
in the
ran.
sixes, huh?"
I said, yeah, I ran around in them shits.
And they were the closest to what the OG was, as far as
Yeah.
the material, like that leather looking material on that back panel,
Yeah.
with the
What they
with the
call that?
Durabucks, with the
Durabook
Durabucks
or whatever.
still. Yeah, those are iconic. And for the longest, and I kind of wrestle with it, but everybody knows. If you know me, you'll say, if someone asks you, yo, what's Rad's favorite Jordan, and most people say that black and red, that black and infrared six. But
Yeah.
over time it varies. But that shoe is very holds a special place in my heart. I really love that shoe. And
No.
as far as a
Dang.
retro plus, it would definitely be the Olympics for me.
Yeah. 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 I'm with that. I'm with that. I can see that.
And for the
What
sevens,
release?
what you got?
What the 04 release or the 20 what 13 12 which one?
No, they first retroed in 2000, and when they had
2000?
uh-huh, because the
Yeah, it was
first two
2000. Then it was later
you
on.
had to
Okay.
order them from Nike.com. That's the only
Right.
way you could get them, and they had that white midsole. But I do like the 2012 one because they had the navy midsole. I really like that because I feel like it keeps the shoe from getting dirty.
Man,
But
like
I think I've liked every
that white
retro of that shoe. They've only retroed it three
twice.
times now. Well,
Twice.
twice now. I'm sorry, but I really
No.
like
No,
those
no, no. Yeah, twice.
twice
Yeah.
now. Yeah, I think the shoe was great. I love them.
No,
And now that you said they're on sale, I'm going to get a pair. I'm going to
no, yeah,
snap it.
definitely. Yeah, I got
I
my.
will definitely snap
Oh
a
yeah, so
pair.
that is a new pickup. We did get those too, but yeah, don't count. All right, what we doing? Sevens,
Yep,
playoff, playoff sevens, black reds, black red purples, not Raptors.
there we go.
Not doing it, but that's what
There
they
we
call.
go.
That's what they are. Whatever the playoff black and red
Okay.
sevens. Uh, I've told this story before. They know that's my first pair that I ever got because I thought I was trying to go get the Cardinals. They didn't have them. They had those. Got them instead. Mom went crazy. My grandmother got them. Rest in peace. Uh, non-OG
Shout out to
color.
Granny.
Yeah, not non-OG. Appreciate it. Non-OG color. Um, it's so many, but I'm gonna have to go with what were they called? Pacific Blue with the orange on it, the tan
Oh
with the blue and
wow,
the orange. I'm going with
wow.
those. Yeah, I
Okay.
was gonna say the Chamberry or whatever it was, but I'm like, nah, that tan blue and orange. Whew, that's a tough.
I'm just glad you didn't say the citrus because when those citrus came out, I was like barf. I never liked those.
I liked them, but I didn't like the retro because that suede that they used on it made it look kind of greenish.
I
It's
didn't
just
like that or that stitching,
I
but
like I like the stitching.
I hate it. I hate those.
My cousin liked it too. She hated the stitching. Like when Forces was out and they were doing the Forces with the stitching, different color stitching, she hated it. I loved it. It's
Mm,
crazy. But yeah,
mm,
I was gonna go May 7, the women's ones, but it's the Pacific Blues. Got to do it.
mm. Interesting.
What you
Okay.
got?
So for the sevens, I got the Olympics. Those are yeah. I'm so glad MJ decided to be on the dream team
Yeah,
because because if he would have been like, nah, I'm not gonna participate,
we
he
got
would
them.
have never had that colorway. And those colorway. And I read a story like I think it was on IG,
Yeah.
not long ago. And I'm gonna ask him, but supposedly they said Tinker just handed that off to somebody. They're like, man, come up with a colorway for
Oh
this,
yeah,
and he whipped up that Olympic colorway with the silver
that's
and
dope.
and there and that could have gone so many different ways, but I'm glad that he did it the way he did with the silver
And then get
panels
it.
on the side. The gold hints were subtle.
Yeah.
That shoe, the blue, that shoe is gorgeous.
And you know,
Shout outs to the hairs and the Bordeaux's. I really love.
yeah,
I could have easily said Bordeaux's because I think they're
yeah,
beautiful too for what that shoe is. I
mhm,
mean, you could rock that colorway. The Bordeaux's and the
yeah.
hairs get dirty though, and I love the playoffs. So I'm gonna go with the Olympics.
And I would have said the Olympics too, but I had to go with what got me started. Cause
Hmm.
I have every version of the Olympics from '92, so I have all the Olympics. But I just had
Hmm.
to go with what got me started, bro. And yeah, bro. But that Olympic is a beast though. All right, what's
Remember
your
when they retroed them? I bought 3 pairs when we were working at Foot Action.
the '04s? The
Yeah,
'04 release?
yeah.
What's I'm not saying that, but yeah, I had the '04s. I'm not gonna say how I got them, but
Yeah,
shout out
I
to
won't either. We not gonna do that
yeah, we
because we
don't do
was
that today, but yeah, shout out
there.
to that.
We don't want to make nobody mad, Joe. But
Holla.
I'm gonna tell you this too.
Yeah.
My retro plus of those sevens would definitely be the French blues, and you got them for me.
I'm not
Those
mad at
French blues. Oh man, I remember Fabulous had the sample with the blue
with
tongue on them in the traded
toe.
all video
Yeah, the blue toe.
on a barbershop soundtrack.
The blue toe. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that shoe. I think that's one of the best retro pluses
That
ever.
was
Those,
my first. That was my first 12 and a half.
those are
That was my
beautiful.
12 and a half.
I love those shoes. Those shoes were so
Yeah.
dope.
I didn't like the red. I didn't like the red. I ain't like the red. Honestly, a lot of the retros from '08, like '08
Mhm.
was the last good Jordan 7 retro. Everything after that is like being, ain't it? The way the cuts.
Not a love for the sevens.
Huh?
These days, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of love for the sevens these days.
Because the
But
True Flights fucked it up. Them
yeah,
True Flights that came out, they fucked it
yeah.
up.
But if they bring the
Nobody,
hairs,
yeah, nah.
the board, if they bring back the Bordeaux's, the the hairs. I'm copping multiple. I really wish the Olympic sevens would have come out this year. I think that shoe is so freaking dope. I've been looking at pairs on eBay. I'm gonna have to go get a 2012 pair. They're just too dope.
I still haven't worn my 2012 pair yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get me a
That
pair.
yeah, I might have to
And
pull up.
they getting worn, homie. They get rocked.
It's like every time I decide to want to pull them out, it's like fuck it. I throw them for the love of the games to be done with it. Like I'm not. I look at them like nah, stay there. What's
Okay,
up on that?
let's go Jordan 8. What you got?
Um, it's gonna be opposite of you because I know what you going with. So
Okay.
I'm going with the Bugs Bunnies,
The white ones.
the white, the white Bugs
Okay.
Bunnies, because we only had what them the Aquas in the playoffs, right? That's
Right.
all. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Bugs Bunnies. When they retro them, I think the first retro was '03,
Mhm.
right when I first started
Yeah.
at
It
Foot.
was. It was '03.
I had to have them, bro. I had to
Mhm.
have them, bro. Um, non OG, that's tough, but it's not that hard. Women's Aquas, women's Aquas.
Okay. So
I'm
what am I choosing? What's my pick for the
you,
OG?
you the Aqua, you the regular Aqua.
Okay. What's my
You,
pick for the non OG
I'm assuming the women's Aquas.
women's aquas?
Yeah, I'm
Shout
assuming.
outs to the black and chrome, but the women aquas, woo. I remember we was hot. They ain't make them for men. We was like, man,
I,
no men's
I ended up
color.
finding, ended up getting them later
Yeah,
on. I ended up getting them, found them. eBay. That's what
those are
eBay
hard.
like that.
Those are hard. Those are super, super hard. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
think there's been too many retro pluses of that shoe that I like. I liked. You know,
Uh,
I've seen
yeah,
different ones that like I couldn't pull off, like the white and orange and the
yeah.
creamsicle looking ones, the
Orange.
green. But yeah,
Now
they
I do like the pea pod color. You know the well we would call it the Astro colorway, the navy and orange one. You know,
okay.
remember like
Hmm.
that. I like that one, the chrome, like you said, and then the alternate 93s, the basically the white playoff. That's all that is.
Yeah, nah, I was good on those two. That it's just not a silhouette that I think they've made like excellent or decent retro
It's just
plus. Other than
hard.
that woman's aqua, that
Yeah,
woman's aqua was beautiful.
yeah,
That I thought those were just beautiful. Like if now those I would have purchased if they
yeah.
made it men's.
Extended. Yep.
Because I'm an OG guy, so when a retro plus stands out, it's it's really good. It's like yo, I gotta have them. That's a
No,
beautiful.
no
Um,
facts.
Nines, what we doing?
Got to go with the Chicago. I'm not calling them the Space Jam Nines. I'm not doing it. Chicago Nines. That white black with the little glitter in it with the red accents. That's just gotta have it. The plus, I'm torn between one that I never had and one that I did have.
Hmm.
The navy low or the
With the
all
patent
white.
leather?
Yeah, the navy low or the all white low.
Okay.
But I'm since I never had them, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna say the all white is the one that eludes me. That'll be my favorite, only because I never got them and I had a chance to. I had just
Mhm.
started working at Foot Action. It was one in the back. I haven't had my first check yet. Like it was literally the first week, and somebody came looking for him, and my boy Fonzo, who was an AM at the time, he
Come
was
on, I
like,
know Fonzo.
"Do you want them? If not, I'm gonna sell. If not, I'm gonna sell them. But if you want them, go ahead and do it." And me trying to be the good new worker, go ahead, take care of the customer, blah, blah, blah. I should have said, "Fuck that, keep that shit in the back."
Hmm.
So yeah, it would be those.
Okay.
That'll be me.
I think for the OG, I'm going to go charcoal.
I got my cup.
We're
And
keeping
which,
it.
no, yeah,
I'm
definitely,
going. I'm going charcoal, and the reason why I'm going charcoal is
yeah.
because that's the one color of nines that I've never had, and I thought they were so dope,
I
super
didn't
dope
like.
colorway. I love the charcoals, man. I really hope they bring those
I had
back.
that one. I never had that one either.
I think that's gonna be my pick. I love the Chicago's because that shoe eluded me for so long. It
Yeah.
seemed like every time they retro them, I never got them. I remember they retro them for the first time in like what '04 maybe
Nah,
'03
two,
'02.
two.
Right, right.
Oh,
And I
two,
remember
ten.
I remember being on a college campus and seeing like this basketball player with them, and knowing
Yeah.
they were sold out and I couldn't get them. And I did buy a used pair from someone, but they were off Nike Top, but they were kind of like the midsole was like not crumbled, but it was all scratched up. And
Cracking
so
this.
I was like, it is what it is.
We
But
just brother.
The first retro I got of those was in 2016, and I should have doubled up, but I like that pair because they implemented that glitter and the
It
midsole.
didn't
But
have the eyelids too. It didn't have that little weird little first set of.
exactly. So I'm just gonna go with, but for this podcast, I'm gonna go to Charcoal Nine just because I never had them. And as far as Retro Plus, I think I'm going to say the black, and they were like black and Carolina.
The when the Kilroy pack,
Yeah, the
Kilroy,
Carolina with the midsole was Carolina
black
and the top was,
black
yeah.
blooms. Yeah,
I'm
yeah. I know.
gonna go. I'm gonna
Those
go
were
with
dope.
that one.
Oh, them
Yeah,
shits was dope.
that's what I'm gonna go with.
Yeah. I think that hopefully we get a good retro of the Charcoal 9 because the last one that came out, that black suede. I just hated it. Like I was waiting for
Yeah,
the. It was supposed to be all new buck. I was hoping it would get the real good new buck. That little, never mind. Anyway,
yeah.
10.
The materials were kind of whack, but
Yeah,
oh,
it
the
was.
10, let's go. There's so many colors. Like, let's go with the
It
10.
ain't that
OG. Should I go
deal.
first this time?
You can. It don't matter to me. You know what I'm gonna
I'm,
say.
I'm
You know
going
what I'm gonna say,
Chicago.
huh?
I'm going Chicago for OG
One.
Chicago.
Which one?
Huh?
Double nickel Chicago or regular Chicago?
Double nickel Chicago.
With,
Chicago. I'm
with the
going
45
Chicago.
on the side? With the 45 on the side?
The player
Or
exclusive.
the single side?
Yeah, the white and red with the 45 on the side. I'm
What
going
side?
Chicago.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
That's what I'm going. I love them because obviously we were around, we were alive when that happened. You know, when they came out,
94.
and I won't say how old we were, but when the tens came out, I wasn't crazy about the first color. I remember somebody pointing them out. This girl had them that we knew I was friends with, and they were like, "Oh man, I don't know about the new Jordans. Like, what do they look like?" And that's them right there. It's like, "Oh, girl got them on." I was like, "Oh, okay." I ain't gonna say her name, and I was like, maybe when they come out with some new colors like the baby blue. And so I had a poster back in the day after that season finished, and MJ had him on, and it was like the earth in the background, and he had him on, looked like he was going up for a dunk, and you know it was a close up of the shoes, and I was like, man, I wonder did they ever come out, or were they uh, player exclusive,
Mm-hmm.
and and uh, and I found out later on that they actually did release, but that release was only in Chicago. So those
Mm-hmm.
shoes had this, and you know, you see Scottie Pippen pointing at the bottom, telling Mike to come back and all of that.
Come
Those shoes were like, they were almost like a myth. You didn't know if they had really come out or not because I never saw anyone with them, like ever. I never saw
right.
anyone with them. But the Chicago and the Retro Plus for that shoe, they're having, they're just I'm just gonna say the all black ones. Even though the UNC ones were nice, those UNC ones, remember
Yeah, the ice blue. Yeah.
the ice blues, they were
Yeah.
nice. But I rocked the hell out of the all black ones. So I'm just gonna say the solid black ones.
I got you. Okay. Ain't wrong. Ain't nothing mad with that. Ain't wrong with that. Ain't wrong with that.
What you got?
You know I'm going steals. You know I'm going steals. Toe box, nigga. Toe
Okay.
box, nigga. Fuck all that shit. I don't like it. Toe box, nigga. For
hmm
real. Gotta go with those. I think I had got a pair from one of my uncles or something. I didn't get them out the store. I got them from one of my uncles or cousins, or one of the two. Um, and when I had them, then I got a pair later on in high school from one of my partners who I think I told the story too. His dad cleaned out the garage. He didn't want them. He knew I wore that size. He gave them to me. Shout out to Derek, bro. Holla at your boy. And then I had got a pair recently off eBay. That's the one I got posted on the IG. So yeah, definitely
mm
still. I'm steals all day, and I pray to God that please, if they come out next year, can we get the toe box?
They are
Please,
so box. They are.
they fucking better because I'm getting like 2 or 3. I ain't gonna lie to you. Non-OG color. I would have said the ice blue, but I don't. I like it, but the ice blue don't match the North Carolina colorway. So it's kind of like why even put it out if it's not going to be the North Carolina colorway.
hmm
Um, I would say the gray, um, the gray and red and white. the red
Hmm.
steels, I guess you call them
I
that.
remember. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So it would be that, or it's gonna be the one I never got was that women's gray and purple.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
Is I'm probably gonna go with that. That shit was hard,
Yeah,
and
I
I
forgot.
lost a battle to that because when I used to work at one of the stores, me and the homegirl would battle. We would pick a shoe and we wear the shoe the next day, see who would win. And I think I wore my ice blues that day, and she pulled them motherfucking gray and perps out, and I was like, "You son of a bitch, you!" And I lost. That wasn't nothing on the line, but I just lost. Whatever. 11s. This should be.
Okay. Now this one, this one, man, we
It's a lot of different things. It's a lot of different things
if
that play
you
roles.
if you know me, if you've been watching this podcast, you know the shoe. I already I already like sneakers, but but I feel like after this shoe came out, nothing ever was the same. As far as like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get my hands on sneakers. You know, I'm not missing no more sneakers. Ones I
Yeah.
really want. I'm gonna cut grass, do chores, whatever
Right.
it takes to get right.
Right.
I have to for the 11. All the OG colorways are nice. Like I
Yes.
love them all. I absolutely have to go the Concord because
Okay.
that shoe changed the game.
Not
That
mad at that.
shoe made the sneaker game what it is. Without the Concord, there's no
Of
like
course.
nothing else. Nothing else compares. There's no Air Yeezys. There's no Nike SB. Like without that shoe changed the game. Not saying
Of
there would be no. Maybe I shouldn't say it
that
like
shoe,
that,
it
but that
changed.
shoe changed the game. It
Yeah.
did what the threes did all over again and just next level. That
Yeah.
the 11,
Let me change the game.
that Concord, that one. And it's funny. I saw an interview with Tinker, and he said that he put that Concord on the bottom just to screw around with people,
Mm-hmm.
because
It could have easily been red. Easily.
or black. It really made no sense for him
About
to
the
put the
soul or just
Concord pods on.
the accent color? You're talking about the
Uh huh.
soul, right? Oh yeah.
Uh huh. And
Yeah.
but that and I remember that Sports Illustrated that ad, that 1-800 ad on the
Mm-hmm.
back of a Sports Illustrated magazine I had. I took that picture and I had it in my binder for school, and I would just stare like, man, that icy sole, that's
And
probably the greatest shoe ever. That
it,
yeah. I don't I want something. I want to see something come close to that. Like the
it ain't.
fact that you have people wearing those to their prom. I remember, and not the Concord colorway, but I remember when I played in the band in middle
Yeah.
school. I remember, excuse me, I
Yeah.
remember our outfits for the band when we went to competition were black and red, and there was these two kids. You probably know them. You know KK? She went to high school. Anyways, that ain't her real
Mm-mm.
name, but that was her nickname, KK. KK
Understood.
had them. KK had them, and this other dude, uh, Michael, he had them.
Mm.
This Puerto Rican kid, and him and KK had them. And I remember our band instructor saying, "Man, those Jordans look good with the uniform." And because the uniforms were black and red, we had to wear like black pants, black shirt, and we
Yeah.
had red jackets. And
Yeah.
because we had those uniforms, they were, they rocked their
That
black and red patent leathers, man, and it just really set it off. And that was like the
that's
first time you saw people wearing a sneaker to like the prom, to like to competitions, and more so formal events, because
that patent
and I'll
on
never
it.
forget seeing the first person with those shoes on. I remember I wanted them so bad, and I was actually sick the week they came out. And I remember my mom,
I'd have been up.
it was either my no, it was my sister taking me to the grocery store. She's like, "Come to the grocery store." And I was like, "All right." And we was the grocery store, Foodorama. And if you from Houston, you know Foodorama. And we was
Facts.
at Foodorama, and this dude just walked in with them. And that was like the day they came out. He just walked in with them, and he walked around the store. He didn't even buy nothing. And I was like, oh, he got the new Jordans on.
On
I
them shit.
told my sister, I was like, yo, I'm finna go follow him. She's like, you ain't finna follow that man. Like, get out of here. And then by the time we were at the register, by the time we about to walk out, he was walking back out. And I may have said something to him, but I remember this girl who's checking us out. She go at the register, she goes, those are new Jordans. She said, oh, those things are so ugly. They look like some snow boots. And I was like,
Uh,
are you kidding me? Those are tight. You know, we say tight back then. Like, man, they
they
tight
tight.
and they tight. You know what I'm saying? And
They
that
tight.
was the first person I ever saw wearing them. And I
That's
was just
crazy.
like, oh my God, like these shoes are to see them in
Uh,
person, from seeing them from that ad to seeing them in person with that icy sole, that shiny patent leather. I was like, and the dude ain't buy nothing. He just came, walked around the market, stunned it, and then went home. You
done.
know what I mean? Left. And
So
yeah, so needless
so
to say,
how would you feel if we ever got an actual OG release of the Concord with the real Concord bottom, not the icy blue that we
mhm,
got, and not the light Concord that we got in 2011, but like
mhm.
that real Concord bottom. Boy,
Oh man,
that would be
that would
crazy.
be that would be amazing. Let me ask you this, because
Yeah.
I know that Concord has to be your OG. Before we say our retro plus, what's your OG? And then well, should I say my
No,
non
because
OG
I think we're going to have the same type
non
of
OG?
OG. Yeah, you gonna have one, I'm gonna have the other one, and it's gonna be the same shit. So for me,
Okay.
this is probably going, and it's not recency bias just because they're coming out. No, it's not. But I'm gonna have to go with the Columbia. Why?
Okay.
Because I never had them.
Hmm.
I didn't get them until they came out, and y'all know the story. We talked about the story how when they came out, tried to figure out what was wrong with them. Didn't have the blue bottom, it had the clear sole. Blah blah blah. Yes. My cousin had them. She had them, and I want to tell how she got them, but she got them, and I was like, damn, they was fresh. And then my partner had them. Shout out to Platinum Hands. He was hooping in them. He wore a size 12. I think I told the story too, but he don't wear a 12. He wore like a 10 and a half, 11. So he was wearing the double socks hooping. That's what the hoopers used to do back in the day. So they would get the bigger size shoe with the double socks or the triple size, however they want to do it. And he was hooping and he messed them up, busted the side out, all of that. And that was the time I was doing the quick little re-dyes and repaints back in the day. He was like, "Can you fix them for me?" I said, "Yeah, as long as I can wear them when I'm done for like a week or so." He was like, "Bet." Man, this when I was working with the little Kiwi shoe paint. So that was kind of like my first thing. And I know a couple other people had them back in the day. I didn't get them till later, but that would probably be my favorite 11 high. And I'm saying 11 high for a reason. We're going to go into that later. But, okay, so what's up? What is your non-OG color? Which
Um. Okay. This one. What? Let me ask you a question first. What do you think it's gonna be?
Space Jam?
Okay. So you're right,
So you know what mine
but
is then. If I'm saying yours is Space Jam, then you already know
yours
what
is
mine
cool.
is.
Yours is cool gray, right?
All day. Gotta be.
Okay, so this is how you know we know our each other's preferences. Okay, so
Fact.
it's not just the Space Jam, but the player exclusive. So
The Black
not the one,
Concord.
right, the Black and Concord, because people don't realize he actually hooped in those, and the only
Yeah.
reason why those were, I don't think they ever intended for those to come out, because they only made those for MJ because he wore the Concords and he was being fined for wearing them
Yep.
because they didn't match the all black shoes that the rest of the team was wearing. So they
Right.
made him those to play in for the playoffs
Mm-hmm.
against the Orlando Magic.
And
So
Youngins, it had 45 on the back originally, what he played
they
in.
have
I don't like the
exa-
45. I don't like the 45. No,
exactly,
nigga, that's what he played in. Oh, sorry.
but
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
but also I do like the ones he had in Space Jam. Like I remember when that movie came out, the rumor was that the ones he wore in Space Jam, we weren't calling them Space Jam, but they were like, yo, them parallels he wore in Space Jam, they coming out. And I was
But,
like, man,
but though, in Space Jam, they were still Concord color though. It wasn't royal
Yeah,
blue yet.
exactly. So that's why I'm
That's
saying that one and not the
yeah,
original retro that had like the royal blue. And
right.
don't get me wrong, like when those came out, I appreciated them because we didn't realize like until I got on
Yeah,
Nike Talk, it's like, wait a minute, it was like a Concord, it was like a purple. But I was so
yeah.
happy to have them. I was like, man, they the Space Jams to me.
It's
It
Space
was it
Jam.
was close. It was close enough, but those Space Jams, they're right up there with the Concords because they were presented to us in the same time.
Yeah,
But I
and
always
it's still
wanted to
at that.
ask Tinker Hatfield, like, how come the that player exclusive never came out as an OG? I think instead of them doing the IEs in '96, I would have
Yeah.
loved to have seen that color come out in the summer as a fourth color. Like
But you
that
gotta
would be
remember,
great,
you gotta
like a
remember at
back
the
to
time
school shoe.
juggling. You gotta
Hmm.
remember at the time they were juggling different 11s because you had the black Concord, then you had the low top bread, then you had the IEs come out. So it was like they were testing the waters for different stuff too.
I think if they would have done that player exclusive, that would have been a perfect back to school shoe, and I definitely would have had
Yeah.
them. That would have been a perfect back to school shoe. And
Right.
then I don't know why Nike didn't capitalize on that because they knew the movie was coming in late '96 and he was wearing them. I just don't know why they didn't do that. I think it would have been great if if they
Mm-hmm.
would have released those if they would have released those shoes
At that
later
time
that
for the when the movie.
year and yeah and debuted the 12s that February for All Star Weekend. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I think they should have done. And then the final color of the 12s could have been a back to school shoe. Could have come out like an argument. Anyways,
Right,
that's
right.
that's what I would have done if I would have been in the
No,
position of power at Nike.
for
Um,
sure.
so we're almost at an hour. Let's kind of get through these
Yeah.
next ones.
So you don't mind it's cool, great. That's it.
Okay.
Not the 2001 release or 2002, whatever year it was. Not that release. 2001, not that release. Because that's when they all had the clear bottoms. Those releases. Like, give
Yeah.
me the last one that came out. All right.
Yeah.
12s. For it it was cherries until the playoffs came out. Let me say that. So mine would be the playoffs. Non-OG color. Um, I'm gonna go with Gammas. I'm gonna go Gammas.
I thought you would have said the Mellows.
Oh, the women's was the white and baby blue.
Yeah, because you
Oh
loved those
yeah,
when they came.
yeah. I'm gonna go with them instead. I'm gonna go with them instead. I forgot about them. I was just thinking that let's wrap it up. But all right, yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna go with them. Yeah, 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 yeah.
For
Not with the
the
gold on it either. Not with the gold. With the chrome from '04. Let them know. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. For the 12s, the OG color, taxis. That one,
Taxi.
because I couldn't get the Concourse the year before, so I ended up getting the taxis, and I absolutely love them. So I'm gonna go taxis, and then
Frozen moment.
for the non OG colorway, I'm going to have to say it's the what are they called? The ones the white and blue, the white
The
and
French
huh?
blue. The French blue.
The French Blues, yeah, the one Kobe was hooping in. Those are
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, really, really
Mm-hmm.
dope. I really like
Yep.
those. Yeah, that's my
Yep.
pick.
All right, go ahead.
Um,
Go to 13. What you got?
13. I think I have to go the Flint blue and
Ooh,
gray
I
because
was for
again I had those. I've told that story. My mom went and got them for me on her lunch break. That shoe is beautiful. I
yeah,
remember. You remember when the one kid at our school had them like a month before they came out, and we
yeah,
were
yeah, yeah.
spazzing out because we saw the reflective. We're like, what?
That
How did he
him.
get those? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
think he went out of the country and got them, and everybody was going crazy because we didn't know they were reflective. And
yeah
I
that three
remember,
M.
yeah, that 3M, that was those, and they matched our school colors. That shoe was
Yep.
iconic. And then
That's the
the retro plus for those would be there was this color that came out. They were like a baby blue bottom. The suede part was gray and the upper was white.
the
You know what I'm talking about?
gray, the neutral
Huh?
gray, the neutral gray.
Yeah. I
White
think
neutral
I,
gray blue. Yeah.
I think that's gonna be my pick because I can't think of. I think that's another silhouette that didn't have a whole lot of just great retro plus
Right.
colorways. Unless you can, you know what? I like the red that had the gray toe. I thought those were dope too. And then the all black with those little pods at the bottom were red.
The dirt,
I
the
thought
dirt
that
red. Yeah.
and honestly, I think that should have been the black and red colorway for that
Well,
shoe.
that
The
was a
full,
sample. That was a sample. I'm
it
talking
was a sample. It was in that all Jordan Slam. I think that's
slam.
what
That's
they
slam.
should have looked like.
It's
But
gold and the white one.
exactly. But
Yeah.
that's what I have to stick with because I don't think that's a shoe that has. If I don't remember it, that
Yeah.
means they didn't have a lot of memorable
They had a lot more
retro
color.
plus
They had a
colors.
lot the 13 low. They had a lot of 13
Hmm.
low color, like the
Yeah.
Syracuse way that we call the Astros color. They had that white, black, and maize, the all black 3M and maize. They had a lot of different low. The white and baby blue with the pink for women. They
Oh,
had a lot
you know
of
what?
low.
You know what? Yeah. You're right. They did have. You are absolutely right. They had a lot of
Hella
nice.
Chicago low. They had a lot of women color. I mean, a lot of low tops. For me, I'm gonna have to go Flint. I'm gonna have to go Flint. And then I'm gonna
It's fun.
go. I'm gonna go. I was gonna go Wheat or UNC. But I'm gonna go Gray Toe, not the TSU Gray Toe. The what was supposed to be the first Chicago Gray Toe with the gray with the red that looked like the Chicago, like kind of like the one you said. But I just hated it. They took the suede off of the midsole and made it like a regular midsole. I hated that. But that colorway, if I can get the OG one that never came out, I go that way. 14s. I'm
We're
gonna go
gonna end it
Indigo.
right here.
Yeah, I'm
What
gonna
you
go
got?
Indigo. 14s. That's gonna be my OG
Oh,
OG. And I don't care that Mike liked the ribs, the whole commercial that's coming out, and him picking the two and putting the suede with the leather. No, it should have been all leather, Mike. I'm gonna go with the black indigo 14s, and then I'm gonna go with the black and baby blues, bro. Black and baby
okay.
blue 14, not for non-OG colorway.
I'm
What you
gonna
got?
go. I'm gonna go the last shot, the playoff 14s, because
Yep.
just the fact that watching what was that game 3 of the finals and seeing him come
Uh-huh.
out, or was it game 4 the first time he won? No, it was like
No, I
game
thought he
3
only
or 4.
won him the last game because
He
he was
won
wearing
him twice in
13,
that series
huh?
because he won him twice in the series because he won the first time he
Oh,
won him was when they blew out the Jazz by like
mm,
man like they blew him all the way out. They just ran him off the court, and then in game 6 he won him again. And I
okay.
think that seeing those, I remember him coming out. I was like, man, what are those? Those are New Jordan. Oh, I'm getting them. And I was trying to like
Figure out when it was coming out because
record
he
it
13. Oh,
and pause it. I was trying to figure out what he was wearing. I was trying to get close up looks. You know, we didn't have no cell phone and we could take a
yeah.
picture of it. But I was trying to see what he was wearing, and eventually that summer, the Slam magazine Kicks, the first edition of Kicks came out, and it had that picture of him, and we got to see him close up, what they look like. And
Man,
I think back then we didn't get glimpses of the Jordans like that far in advance, and so
hell no.
seeing the white colorway that just released and seeing those, it was just like, whoa, that's the playoff color. And not knowing if he was going to come back the next year and play or not, I think that shoe was very significant. I really like those playoff 14s. I
Yeah.
think last shots, I think they were just so dope. And if I'm going retro plus on the 14, I do like those black and baby blue. I had them and I rocked the hell out of them.
Man, that
But
was hard.
if they were so hard, but if I had to choose, and everybody had them, but if I had to choose, I'm going with the cool gray color. Remember they did like a limited cool gray color. They were cool gray and like neon, like indigo, and they were
Oh, when that's when they were yeah, when they did all the retro because they did like the oxidized, but it wasn't oxidized because they had a whole black
exactly
midsole. They did the black and
exactly.
pink women. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I had
yeah, yeah.
both of them, and they did
I
the
know.
chocolate
Yeah,
colorway, the black and chocolate color. I mean the white
yeah.
and chocolate color. Like I'm going with that cool gray, and they never retroed them.
Oh,
They did it
oh, Cinder Brown. The white cinder brown, the white and pine,
I
the
think
white
that's
pine.
what I'm talking about. The white and chocolate ones. Was that it? White and cinder brown?
No, too. And then they had the white and linen for women. But at the time, they also had. That's when they did like an all gray with the black. They did an all white with the black with the neon green with the little red on top. They did the black and pink for women.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
they did like a black and like a cranberry or some shit
Yeah.
for men. Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I remember those. I remember those. But now I'm
So
still going for the black and blue. So I never had them. I'm still
I
hurt.
have.
I'm still
So
hurt.
that was it. Um,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, Jordan 1 through 14. They hold the most significance because those are the ones that we grew up watching him play in. He also played in the 16, 17, the 18, and definitely like he went back and he wore the patent
Cool
leather
grade
shoes,
nine.
played in the
Cool
cool
grade.
grays. Oh man, the cool gray nines.
Yeah.
If I could go back, that's my actual non OG. Cause what did I pick? I don't even remember what I picked. I said the black and blue. No, the cool gray nine. That is my
What
pick. And when they
what did I
retro
pick?
them, they getting copped.
What did I pick? Oh,
I
the
don't
bling
remember.
blings. I picked the bling blings.
Nah, we changing those. It got to be the
Okay,
cool gray.
that cool. Yeah, I forgot about that
It
shit.
got it got it got to be the cool gray nines. But
It
yeah,
gotta be
but
cool. It
uh,
gotta be. It gotta be.
it got to be the nines. Your money, you got to hook me up. Um, but yeah, this one was really fun.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
will definitely be back with more episodes.